Hey everyone, it's me. It's Styles Grace. It's a great intro. So today, I tried videotaping this video literally 5 seconds ago and my computer crashed. So, it's take two. We're gonna bring this faster because I'm tired of talking about it. It's from the last video I tried to make. We're gonna talk about an analysis between Batman vs. Superman and Civil War. Yeah. I'm not comparing between the two universes or any of the superheroes or opinions or anything. This is an analysis between story plots and how the story between two fighting superheroes is told. So at this 1 minute mark, that's going to happen in a few minutes, down there in that little bar you got right down there, right in there somewhere, is gonna things a couple minutes. Now, okay, welcome to spoilers. So, alright, Batman vs. Superman. We'll talk about the movies first, and then I'll compare and contrast the two. So, Batman vs. Superman. We start off the movie with Batman having some weird dream about the time when his parents died. He gets upset, runs through the forest, falls into a cavern, and there's bats. They float him up, and it's all like, oh, glory, Jesus. No, it makes no sense. This is a good song. It's Caviar, OK Nightmare. I like the song. Anyways, I'm just playing random music in the background. This is sort of music I like from the 90s and early 2000s, the Buffy era, because it's literally music from the show Buffy. But anyways, back to story plot. So you got your Batman, you got your Superman, and they fight. The end. No. This is one of these things where you don't choose sides, please. If you were going through spoilers now, which you're weird, and ooh, I want this entire movie spoiled. But anyways, my whole thing is, after watching that, don't choose sides. No, that ruined the whole thing. Because literally all it was a big misunderstanding plotted by some supervillain named Lex Luthor, owned a giant company. He's all like, I want to see them fight for my enjoyment. Yay. But anyways, literally the whole movie is just a giant misunderstanding between the two main superheroes and their dead parents. Because they both have dead parents. So he kind of sets them up. And then there's this weird other thing that happens where they meet Wonder Woman. And let's just take a pause here from the movie. If they wanted to have a big surprise plot twist, don't put Wonder Woman in the previews as, oh, she's here. That's not a surprise anymore. They should have left it as a surprise, like, oh, Wonder Woman. But yeah, buts. Anyways, so they kind of just go through the entire movie as them fighting. And then they get to their giant fight at the end, and then they talk it out. Okay, but then there's this giant Krypton monster. They have to fight him, and Superman's the only one that can fly, so he has to fly the kryptonite, which is weakening him as he's flying, into the giant Kryptonian monster made by Lex Luthor. Once again, is a psychotic lunatic, which he makes some metaphor about somewhere in the movie with some pretty girl and Superman's girlfriend. Anyways, then there's some weird continuing of fighting, and it's all messed up, and then at the end, there's the death of Superman. So, that worked out good. But there's the death of him. They bury his fake body as a soldier in Arlington or something, and his real body's buried out in the backfields of Kansas, where his other home is. His non-Kryptonian Earth home, where he's buried. And some sad thing, his girlfriend takes the clump of dirt and just drops it on his coffin. And then Wonder Woman and Batman are standing there as humans. Well, we need to have some metahumans. Because prior to that, at some weird point when he finds out she's Wonder Woman, through something that was stolen from her, find out she's Wonder Woman, they introduce 3 other metahumans. They have Cyborg, Aquaman and the Flash, and I'm like, no. And then they're like, oh, we need to call in some reinforcements. I'm like, they're just going to use those 3 they mentioned. Why would they mention them? Unless they're stupid idiots. But anyways, they said something like that, and at the very end of the movie, you see that little pile of dirt his girlfriend threw on the coffin? You just see the coffin shake a bit, and the dirt rumbles off of it. And my friend's mom, she's like, leave him out in the sun to dry. He'll be fine. He probably would have woken up if they would have done it that way. But no, they just assumed, he's dead, he's not moving, doesn't have a pulse, can't feel anything, he's not breathing, he's dead. Could just mean he's in a coma or something. Just because he's not human doesn't mean his body doesn't work the same. That's basically how that movie goes. Now, Civil War. I watched it the day prior to recording this, so it's probably still a bit not as memorable in my mind. So it starts out that Captain America and a couple other heroes from the Avengers are fighting in some foreign country, I believe. And while they're fighting in this foreign country, I can't remember her name now, but in the one movie, I'm so sorry, I sound terrible right now for forgetting this. I can't believe I'm forgetting this. I'm supposed to be a nerd. You're all gonna kill me. Oh, that feels better. But she's the one with, like, I think she had a twin brother, and they had the powers, and I think they were made by Hydra, I can't remember. But she had the powers, and then she went to work with the Avengers, and she had, like, the red ball sphere thing where she could move things, and I kind of ship her with that, oh crap, I can't remember his name either. It's the weird red dude. Dang, I think I have his name on the tip of my tongue. We'll forget about that later, if I remember his name. But anyways, she accidentally kills a bunch of people. So, someone comes to the Avengers, and they're like, we need to keep you in check. All the United Nations have made up this giant pamphlet for you. You need to sign off on this. No one's going to take time to read that. They had to sign off on it or something. And half of them did, half of them didn't. Because their own beliefs as people. And the other side of it was, we need to do what's right, though. We need restrictions. And bada bing, bada boom, Civil War. Roll credits. No. But there was a Stan Lee cameo. We'll get to that later. But, trying to think where I was going with this. Yeah, so some of them sign off on it. Then Peggy dies. Cap's friend Peggy from the war. He just gets a text while they're in the middle of their conference. She's gone. She went in her sleep, and I'm like, who is this? And then they're at the funeral, and it said her name, and it had a pretty picture of Peggy, and I'm like, no, stop this torture. It was really sad. And then he didn't go to the conference, and Black Widow's like, I'd really like you to come. And he didn't. And then there was a bombing, and someone set up Cap's friend, the Winter Soldier, that I can't remember his name now. Because he had a real name, and then he had a nickname. They all have nicknames, which is kind of weird. Peggy, it's her nickname. He had a nickname. All of Cap's friends have nicknames. It's good. Everyone from the 50s has to have nicknames. I believe it was the 50s when they had the war. I don't remember when the war was. I think it was sometime. I don't even remember. Oh, I'm very tired. It's very late at night. It's 9:30ish at night. This night, not like usually up till midnight, and it's a school night. It's Sunday night. It's Mother's Day, so happy Mother's Day to all you mothers out there. On this day of mothers. Yay. But, anyways, back to story plot. There's this whole thing, and then they just decide, oh, we just need to fight. So, Tony decides to go find this kid named Peter Parker, And Aunt May isn't even old. Aunt May is this very young, attractive woman that you only see for 2 seconds in one scene. And she's just talking for like a couple seconds, and then she's gone for the whole movie. So we're hoping she's more role later. And the same thing happens to Peter Parker. You like see him in the one scene, and he's talking to Tony, and he's like, "How'd you find out all this?" And they're like, "Oh, that's just YouTube." And oh no, Cthulhu, get back up there. They're best friends. But anyways, they're like, "Oh, it's." And then he fights in the scene where you got Cap and his team of Justice and Merca. Then you got Iron Man of restrictions and law and government. So it was nice. I'm glad they added in a couple good characters for comedy. Spider-Man's character, he was hilarious. He was with Team Iron Man because Tony got to him before anyone else could. So he spewed the lies and the whole believing what you hear first thing. So he wouldn't even believe Cap. But he was funny throughout the whole thing, even while fighting. And then they had Ant-Man. Surprise! He was hilarious. He's like, "I tried this in a lab once. I passed out." But it's him growing larger in his suit. So that... you little bitch. Stay up there. I got this last year at Geek Fest. I went to this year's Geek Fest, met a couple artists. They were really cool. One of them I bought a poster off of. It was an Undertale one. Anyways, back to story. I'm going on so many tangents. But they have their fight, and then Tony's like, "You did good, kid. I don't need you anymore. Stay down." He's like, "No, I can fight." And he's like, "Kid, stay down." I'm like, "Excuse me, he's on your side. Don't yell at him." And then for some odd reason, the king of the one country we were fighting in the first few minutes, his dad dies, so then he becomes king. And then he also becomes a superhero. He's like a panther or something, because it's like a symbol in their country for protection. And how did he get a suit made out of... Oh, wait! The same material Captain America's shield's made out of? I'm not a brave enough boy for this. References from JonTron. But anyways, I say "but anyways" a lot. So it sounds like "but anyways." Bananicers. So they've got this whole fight, and once again at the end of the movie, they're they all of Team Cap, his team got captured as criminals, except for Cap and the Winter Soldier. And there was only like a couple parts where they talked about Hydra, and it was never really talked about much. And then apparently the Winter Soldier killed Tony's parents. It was very sad. Very sad. But it wasn't him. It was the whole Hydra in his mind thing. Because Hydra's stupid. However, they were both very good movies if you take into consideration leaving out the entire comic book history of either DC or Marvel entirely. Now, to get to the Stan Lee cameo. So, Tony's wingman, who's literally the other Iron Man, who's all in the black and silver suit, his legs got fucked up. So, he literally has his Iron Man legs now, and that's all he has to sustain him walking. So during that scene, they're all talking. Somebody knocks on the window. FedEx man, Stan Lee, says, "Excuse me, this is a package for a Tony Stank?" For Tony Stank. And then the black dude, and I can't remember his name now. There were a lot of those in this movie as well. Not saying things. There were a lot more. I remember. At one point in time, they had Spider-Man Black. It was a weird time for comic books. But the dude, his friend, is like, "Yeah, and this is Tony Stank." And he's like, "I'm not letting you live this down, bro." So, it was good. It's a weird thing over there. But yeah, Tony Stank. Anyways, now let's compare and contrast the two movies. I don't have a whoosh screen. I can't edit. This computer's a load of duty. So what happens? Let's just do a generalization of the plot. This is a sad song. There we go. There we go. This isn't that sad. Oh, I know this song. But there's a point where, let's just summarize the plot points. First, Batman vs. Superman was mostly plot building, adding subplots in there every so often. Giant fight at the end, realization, which is the climax turning point, into more plot where they fight Krypton thing, and then the end, or so we think, where he's still alive. My TV's giving out, that's weird. But then there is Batman, Civil War, where we got a little bit of plot, adding in an entirely different other plot that just kind of stops and develops a bit later at the end with the Winter Soldier. And there's a lot more fighting. Like a lot more fighting. But a lot of things add in similar. The superheroes decided, like, they fought each other at the beginning, only to find out at the end neither of us were right. True friendship. You gotta beat up your friends with whatever you got. You can take this giant glass lava lamp from the 70s, bash it over your friend's head, then be like, oh, sorry, I'm not right. Tony Stark a black eye and look like you're about to cut off his head. There's a scene in the movie they're fighting. It's the one from the commercials you've seen where it's the Winter Soldier and Cap beating the shite out of Iron Man. And then there's a scene, he's just like got this rage on his face, takes the shield, looks like he's gonna decapitate him, and I'm like, he wouldn't do that. And then he hits him straight in his Iron Man chest, and it just turns off the entire suit. It's a very intense scene, I have to say. But in a lot of aspects, both movies were good. Both movies had some flaws. If you want to add in the comics or any book before or after, any movie before or after them, kind of messes with the plot entirely, but hey, they're not real. Mess with their timeline all you want. No. I don't get it. Oh, it's a band called 12 Volt Sex. Well, shit. Anyways, also, the plot of, like, Batman vs. Superman was resolved till they became friends again. Or they never really met and they finally became friends. But in Cap and Iron Man, you don't know if they're friends. Because Iron Man's just reading this letter from Cap, and it's an inspirational letter, and then they both smile at the end on different panels. So you have no idea if they became friends or not. Yep. But that's kind of my analysis between both movies. If you want to add anything in the description, feel free. If you have literally anything you want to tell me, put it in the description. Tell me I look like sh. Tell me I sound like sh. Tell me my videos are sh. I'm okay with that. Because I do not judge. This is probably going to go up a couple days late, so. Thought my curtains were moving. That scared me for a minute. This creepy room in this 100-year-old house and dark. Pretty spooky. So before this video goes on literally any longer, it's been like 20 minutes almost. Thank you all so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, all that. And thank you so much. Like this video, or I'm going to summon the great Cthulhu to come and kill you. Oh, Cthulhu, no. But thanks everyone for watching. Don't have really any shout outs this week. Happy Mother's Day to all you mothers. And summer break's coming up soon, so expect more videos from me over the summer break. Thank you all, and goodbye.